everyone, you know, I tell everybody to talk to everyone within 3 feet of you. And that's exactly what we're doing with everybody here that's on the radio with me. We're talking right through to you through the radio. We're also live on Facebook. So what's really cool, you can also watch us here in the room. And I'm going to say hi to everybody out there. Like us and follow us. We will share the show later on. And go on to Facebook and put in Networking Arizona and watch us doing the show. It's really, really fun to do. My first guest, actually, she comes on quite a bit, and there's a big reason for it. Get up on that mic. So I have with me Bettina Ferrara, and she's the assistant to Tina French, who is the owner of V Juv. Let's talk a little bit about people today, because there's a lot of people out there that have issues, and this is one of them that they don't really ever have to have again. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what we're going to talk about today.
Well, we're going to talk about something that is a life changer, and many, many people suffer from it. It's called stress incontinence or incontinence. Unfortunately, as we get older, our pelvic floor muscles, due to gravity, start to weaken, and that causes the bladder to be leaning on it, basically. So what we do at V Juv is we have this magical chair that you sit on, and it delivers therapy to the pelvic floor muscles, which tighten them, strengthen them, and prevent bladder leaks, prevent having to use the restroom lots of times, prevent having to get up in the middle of the night, all by strengthening your pelvic floor muscles.
Now, go ahead. I want to tell you, men out there, listen up. Because a lot of people think of this as a woman's issue, but it is not. It's both men and women.
It's both men and women. In fact, we have lots of men patients. Basically, it's just age. It's simply age. Our pelvic floor, you don't go to the gym and see a machine that says, come work out your pelvic floor. You know, it's not like that. This chair does it for you. You simply sit on it fully clothed. It's FDA approved. It's covered by Medicare and many other insurances. It's a 28-minute session to change your life.
And I'll tell you what, this is what they like to do, and which is what I think people need to understand. This is called the Emsella chair.
That's correct.
You can get this chair, you know, as you go to other places. But what you've done, because of the issues that you both had, both you and Tina, you wanted to help everybody.
Right.
So you've made it incredibly, incredibly affordable. And even now, it's covered by insurance, which is, and Medicare, guys, Medicare as well.
Okay, well here, so the chair, for me to sit here and talk to your listeners, Carol, about a chair that they simply sit on and it's going to change their life. They're not going to have to wear adult protection, never have to go down the Depends aisle. I mean, it's just, for me to just say that on the radio, people are like, what is she talking about? Because it's hard to explain. And that's why at V Juv, we offer a complimentary 28-minute session to anyone just to check out the chair. Regardless if you have insurance or not, it doesn't matter. You can come in, sit on the chair, get a first free treatment so you can feel what I'm talking about. Because the chair delivers electromagnetic therapy, and it does 11,200 Kegels in a 28-minute session. Now, I don't know about you, Carol,
I know,
but there's no way I'm doing
3.
11,200 Kegels, especially in a 28-minute session. Right. I'm not going to probably do any. We all forget to do them.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. We really forget to work our pelvic floor, and by doing that, that's what causes not doing it causes the bladder issues. So simply come to see us. We'll give you a complimentary session. We have 4 locations for you to visit. You just call us up. We will have you come in. You sit fully clothed. It's FDA approved, insurance covered, and check it out.
Now, the phone number to call them, it's 480-593-5400. Tina answers the phone, and we want people to understand that. And they've made it so it's very personable.
Right.
And that Tina has been in your shoes. If you're dealing with it, Tina, we're going to talk about her story and how that worked. You're going to get a free 28-minute session from them. They are the only ones that do this.
That's correct.
Nowhere else will you find that.
No.
So you can call them up at 480-593-5400. They have 4 locations for you. And guess what? You can check them up on their website. It is stopthep.com.
Exactly.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about Tina's story for a second.
Yes, absolutely. And then you did bring up something that other places, yes, you can find this chair in gynecological offices, you can find it in urologist offices. The difference is they're going to charge you $400 a session to sit on it, and they're not going to take your insurance. We don't do that. Tina purchased this chair for herself, Carol.
She was the first one in Arizona to have one.
That's correct. And the reason she took her retirement funds and purchased this chair and put it in her living room is because she could no longer go to work. She had such an incontinence issue, and she had to wear diapers, basically, Depends, and she could not leave the house. It got for her to be it was very depressing, and it was very, very hard for her to deal with. So she
debilitated.
Absolutely. So she started doing some research, and she knew that the bladder sling does not last, and she didn't want to go through that surgery, and then the procedure doesn't last. It used to be FDA approved, now it's no longer. Also, Botox in the bladder, that's just horrific, and it also doesn't last. When she found out about the Emcella chair and it being a non-invasive way where you simply sit on it, nothing's going inside or anything, she was like flabbergasted by it. So she purchased it, put it in her living room, and changed her life, cured her problem. No more needing any adult protection, able to live her life normally, go out, do whatever she was doing, not worry about her bladder was no longer leading her on a leash. Okay? So after that happened, she wanted to share it with people. And that's how I met Tina. I had a little bit different of an issue. My issue was, no longer have it, stress incontinence. Whenever I would laugh, cough, or sneeze, or exercise, my bladder would leak. And it would cause me to have to carry around extra clothing and things like this, and it was quite embarrassing. When I met Tina, I couldn't believe this chair. I'm like your listeners, what is she talking about? But I went to that complimentary session, and I sat on it. And it changed my life enough to where I want to come out here and talk to your listeners. I want them to come try it for themselves. Tina's not in this about the money. She's in this about helping people. And that's why I'm such a firm believer in everything she's doing. Every one of our locations has a patient in it. That's a person that you talk to when you come for your treatment is a pre-existing patient.
The number to call them direct, it's 480-593-5400. You're getting a free 28-minute session just to try it. And folks, let me tell you, they've grown so much since you started this. They have 4 locations: Mesa Surprise, Scottsdale, and North Scottsdale. You can check them out on their website. They're all transparent. That's what I love about you. Completely transparent. It's stopthep.com. Call them and get that 28-minute session. Tina will answer the phone, and she'll talk to you a little bit about it, what it is, at 480-593-5400. And you've got so excited that the last, I don't know, it's been like about 3 or so months now that Medicare covers it.
Absolutely.
When you know that Medicare is covering something,
you know it works.
FDA approved.
Yep, you know it works. That's exactly true. And you know, I just wanted to tell your listeners that we are all patients because we believe in this chair. So when you come into our office, we have been there. We understand what this is like. We have firsthand experienced it. There's no reason to be embarrassed. Come to us. We'll change your life. You don't have to live like this.
So when you sit in it, okay, let's talk a little bit about sitting in it and what you have to do. You're completely closed, right?
Yes.
And it's just a tightening. It doesn't hurt.
No.
But the only way, this is what they want you to do, is try it. And this is one of the things that you just have to, sit on it to see what it's like. And in one session, you said that you started to see a difference.
Yes. It's amazing because your pelvic floor, you don't realize that it's so weak until you start strengthening it. And all of a sudden, you just feel like you're so youthful. You feel like a new person. It's amazing.
And the best thing about it is that you don't have to wear Depends anymore.
Right,
Give yourself the gift this holiday of no Depends.
Yeah, that's a great gift, Carol.
There you go. Well, it is. A lot of
I know.
You said it's a game changer,
right?
A life changer,
right? Well, even if you're not wearing full Depends yet, we can stop that from happening. But even if you're wearing liners, adult protection, just like those Poise or whatever, even if you're wearing those, you don't have to. Who wants to do that? Who wants that? We live in Arizona. It's warm and beautiful. Who wants to worry about wearing that?
Down there.
Oh, gosh.
Just thinking about it.
Gosh.
That number to call, it's 480-593-5400. Check them out on their website. It's stopthep.com. We're going to go to a break. We're going to come back and talk a little bit further about this. What I love about them the most is they're completely transparent. They have been wearing your shoes. They did it, and they no longer suffer, and that's what's wonderful. You're getting a free 28-minute session from them, and they're the only ones that do it. 480-593-5400. We're going to keep on going in here. Keep on going because we're live in the room.
He threw me off when he went. Is that okay? I saw him.
It's okay. Don't worry. He does it weirdly, but that's just too much.
It just threw me off.
So I want to make sure that we get to what you talked about, how men have the frequent urges. Not yet. She's 30.
30?
30, yeah. I got you covered.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Frequent urges that men have.
Right. Okay. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about like that. I was telling you about my one patient.
And not only, I want to talk about this not only for older people.
Right.
Because it's not.
It's not. If you start, the earlier you start, then you won't have the problem.
Right.
But also, like, having to feel like when you go out, you have to, like, map out where all the restrooms. I have so many patients that have told me that. I know where every bathroom is. There's one at Costco. There's one at the Denny's. There's one when I go out to the grocery store, Trader Joe's, I know where the bathrooms are.
I don't know how many sessions you need to have.
You have about 6.
Okay.
That's for muscle memory. But you can start noticing something quicker than that. It depends on how severe the problem is. Tina having full-blown incontinence, she had to sit on it probably more like maybe 15 times, honestly.
But
and
she
then
had a bad
It was
situation.
really bad. Yeah, for
She had a
myself,
tumor.
I noted after 6 I was good. And then you want to do maintenance every once in a while, like,
People, don't tell me a joke. Don't make me laugh.
Don't make me laugh, right. Oh, see, that's another one.
Yeah.
Don't make me laugh. Oh, I like that. Do you mind if I use that?
Back to the comedy club.
I like that. Yeah. Where have these people been? That's perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
All right. So
That is so funny. You guys should wear T-shirts like that at the show.
don't make me laugh. I like that. And why would you say that?
She
Why?
would do that.
That's
She'll,
very
you know,
funny.
tell
Oh yeah,
people
she'll love that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's that's basically. Then you just do maintenance, like maybe every once in a few months, just come in for one. It just keeps it strengthened.
Somebody else might.
Yeah, so nobody wants to talk about it.
Right.
It's the taboo subject.
We're
It's,
going to talk about
You have
that.
no idea how many shows I've done where people like health shows and I'm like, oh, I don't have that problem.
Right.
I can see it behind you. I can see your padding.
But
But it's okay. We all have that problem. That's why it's, let's get it taken care of.
So welcome back, everyone. We are talking about incontinence, and we are talking about leakage. What is that called, that one? That's when
Stress incontinence. We're talking about changing it.
Changing it so that you
Not
don't
having
have to wear it. Well, we're talking about it because it's a subject that a lot of people don't like to talk about.
Oh my gosh, it's such a taboo subject, but I guarantee you, if you're in a room of 100 people, there's 95 of them that are suffering from this that don't want to talk about it.
Now, what we've done is we want you to get this session. This is a 28-minute session that you're going to get if you just tuned in. This is called the Emsella chair. You will see the Emsella chair at other offices, doctors' offices, and things like that. But not like this, because what they have done, because they went through it, they wanted to make it so incredibly affordable for other people to be able to do this. And you get to talk to somebody who is wearing your shoes. They totally understand it. They are walking the talk.
Absolutely.
Because each one of those people that work in your offices, they are clients. They have been through this.
Right.
Now, you can call them direct. Their phone number is 480-593-5400. Their website is stopthep.com. They have 4 locations for you, and that's Mesa, Surprise, Scottsdale, and North Scottsdale. It's covered by Medicare and also most insurances. And the other thing also is that it's safe and FDA approved. This is so important for people to know. I also want to bring up something that we mentioned before that I kind of remember that you said, which is a lot of men, we talked a little bit about, a lot of men do have this problem.
Right.
And women are the catalyst of almost everything. And you said that you have a lot of times where women are calling and making their husbands go in because they're sick and tired of what they've had to do, which is map out the entire area of Arizona to know where the bathrooms are.
Right, exactly. And it's frustrating because, and for the men it's frustrating because they as soon as you arrive at somewhere, you go to the restroom. Before you leave, you go to the restroom. I mean, and I'm in Costco, where's the restroom? I'm at the grocery store, where's the restroom? I mean, it doesn't have to be like that. And the women want to change their husbands' lives too, so yes.
And what you like to do is offer everybody a free, complimentary session, and you won't find that anywhere else. No one else does this. And the reason why they want you to do it is you need to sit on it to see what it's like, to feel it. And it doesn't hurt, it's safe, and it works. So the number to call them, it's 480-593-5400, and just get your 28-minute session. You and everyone else you know, tell somebody about it.
Absolutely.
Go, let's talk. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, in the younger, I know that we're talking about Medicare and that, all being approved there, but also other insurances, of course. But the younger that you start this, like if I would have done this after I had children, I would have never gotten to the point that I did, because I would have started working on my pelvic floor at a younger age. So this is really for all ages, Carol. It really is.
Absolutely. Listen, you mentioned it after you got pregnant.
Yeah.
A lot of women, once you've had children, this is what starts to happen. Unfortunately, one thing when you have a baby inside of you, that's putting that pressure on there.
Yes.
The weight of it is bringing that all down, and it doesn't change on its own. It doesn't just bounce right up.
No, that's why you need to have the pelvic floor therapy, because nobody is going to remember to do 11,200 Kegels. This is 11,200 Kegels. Does not hurt, in a 28-minute session to strengthen the pelvic floor, bring everything up, bring the bladder back up, and make you youthful again in this area.
Now, somebody in here asked a question that was an important question. She asked you, how many sessions does somebody have to take to see something happen? Well, for you, it happened on the first
the first session, you're going to feel what it feels like, and you're going to experience the strengthening of your pelvic floor from the Kegels. But honestly, you need 6 treatments for muscle memory. And once that muscle memory is created, then you've created the muscle. It's stronger. It's no different than going to the gym and working out your biceps. You're working out your pelvic floor by sitting on this chair and receiving the therapy.
And I want to say this. I don't know. I hope you're okay. Tina, I hope if you're listening, that's okay. But it's affordable.
Oh, absolutely.
When you think about how much it costs to have surgery,
and
putting yourself through that, number one, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Botox is just disgusting, just the thought of it.
Yeah.
There are also pants that people can wear now that these
yes.
they don't work.
Yes, no, those are, the pants that you guys see advertised on television, those are not medical grade. They're commercial grade. I've had patients that have talked to me about them before and even purchased them. Unless you're going to wear them 24/7, it's not going to.
Wait till you see what those look like on
you. and they are. They're not medical grade. Our chair is medical grade.
And like she said before, it's not like you don't have them in other doctors' offices, but they charge buku bucks, and they don't take insurance.
That's correct.
Where you do, and you don't charge a lot of money. 6 sessions is like $1,000. Is that worth it to change your life?
Oh, I think so.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, but I think so.
Yeah, but most of our patients are covered by insurance.
And they're insurance now. That's when we first started this.
Yeah,
but that's what it
I know
was.
now.
And now, if it's covered by insurance. It's a win-win.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And the fact that Medicare does cover it, like you said earlier, that shows that it works.
Absolutely.
And I know people don't like to talk about this subject. I get it. You don't want to be, but I'm telling you, when someone says to you, please don't make me laugh, please, please, please laugh. You can laugh. Just go sit on my chair. If you sit on my chair, you can laugh all you want.
And you know what? You don't have to worry about leakage anymore. Both men and women, young and old. This is something that we know a lot of people are dealing with, and we talk about this many times on the show, where the Depends aisle and all of those people, the poise, it depends on all of that.
Yeah.
It's a huge industry.
Oh my goodness, yes.
And they have the market, man. They have you. And why even wearing a little tiny pad? I'm sorry, but even that.
If you don't have to, why do it?
Why should you have to? No downtime. Fully closed. They sit on there for how about 28 minutes?
A 28-minute session. It makes you it just makes you feel younger. It makes you feel like that problem
cleaner.
Can make you that too. But that problem can make you feel depressed and just this is just such a wonderful thing.
Just when it happens, everybody does that same thing with their face. Oh God. Here we go.
Exactly.
And if you're out, then you either have to go to the restroom or carry
or you're like when you sneeze, you cross your legs real fast. I mean, you don't have to do that. You don't. All you have to do is come sit on the MCilla chair, and this is why we offer the complimentary session, Carol, because there's no way I can possibly explain to you how wonderful this treatment is, how life-changing it is. So on the radio, I can't. So
what you can do is listen up, everyone. You're getting a 28-minute session for free. And you know what? They're the only ones that do that because they want everybody to come in and try it. And once you try it, it's game changer. The number to call them direct. It's 480-593-5400. They're completely transparent. Go up on their website and check them out. It is stopthep.com. Some things just make sense. This is one of them.
Yeah.
You have grown so fast because so many people out there deal with these issues.
Absolutely.
That you now have 4 locations.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? Let's talk about them. Like when they come into your office in Mesa, they have
Yes.
one there. Also 2 in Scottsdale.
Right. One in North Scottsdale and one in South Scottsdale.
And then the other
in
one
Surprise.
in Surprise.
And when you walk into our office, you're going to see me at the Mesa location. You're going to see Tina at the Scottsdale, Roseanne at the North Scottsdale, and Joyce at the Surprise. All patients who have been cured by the chair.
And also, what we want you to know, this thing is covered by Medicare. It is also covered by your insurance, as well as it is FDA approved. So it is safe. And the best thing to do, go in there and have a complimentary session.
Yeah.
28 minutes, and you're going to love that you did. That phone number again, it's 480-593-5400. Let's talk about you, okay?
Yeah.
You went in on, you got on it, and like almost right away you saw a difference.
Yes, I did. When I sat on the chair for the 28 minutes, I again thought, what is this? This is so bizarre. But once I realized what was happening, I was so excited because I can't do 11,200 Kegels and strengthen my pelvic floor on my own, and the chair will do it for me in 28 minutes.
So the feeling isn't that it hurts in any
Not at
way,
all.
shape, or form.
Does not hurt at all. You sit on it. You can be on your phone. You can be
watching television.
We have TV screens where you can watch Netflix or whatever. Or you can bring a friend and sit there and talk with them. Bring your husband and wife. Come together.
Do they
make
do
it a couple
team
thing.
like that?
Oh yeah, I have patients like that. Husband and wife teams. Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you both have this issue. Nobody wants to have it. You don't want to go out with your husband and be like, okay, well, there's this bathroom, there's this bathroom, there's this bathroom. I mean, you're out there having a good time going on a date. Please sit us by the restrooms. I mean, who wants to tell the hostess that?
It's a terrible problem.
You don't have to do it. You can just
So
come
many
in and do the chair. It's simple.
And get that 28-minute session from them for free.
Right.
It's complimentary, and that's what they want you to do. When you try it, you'll be able to see what this really means and feel what it is,
Yeah.
so that you can understand it better. They have 4 locations, so it's easy to get to them. You can check them out, and all the information as well. You're completely transparent is on their website. It is stopthep.com. Their phone number to call, it's 480-593-5400. I think a lot of people, the 6 treatments is basically what people do.
Yeah.
And you know what? After that, you can come in on a regular
maintenance if you want to come in a couple times a year, just to keep the strength there. You
Right.
can absolutely do that too. And Tina herself answers the phone. We are when, like you were saying, when you come into our office, it's private. You're just going to see me and the chair. That's it. We're not a big medical organization. We don't have big overhead. We just that's why we can do this so affordably, and that's why we can take the insurance, because we just want to help as many people as we can. When this changed Tina's life, she decided that she was going to help change so many others, and
Right.
she has.
That's what, and she was the first person here in Arizona to ever own the chair in her house. You
Yeah,
know?
right.
And she now has brought it for everybody to be able to stop the pee from leaking. They have 4 locations. You can call them direct. Get that 28-minute session for free. It's 480-593-5400.